What's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you the first episode of my 2021 Junior Gold series. This video will recap my first 2 rounds of qualifying. Later this week, I will upload 1 or 2 more videos recapping the rest of the tournament. Without further ado, let's recap my first round of qualifying. My first 4-game block was at Expo B. This house has one of the shorter oil patterns this year. I'm guessing it's around 37 feet long. We don't know anything about the actual oil patterns until the conclusion of the tournament. I'll have to check back at the end and see how good my guess was. My first game in qualifying was a 186. For all 4 games of qualifying, I was throwing a matchup pearl from about 18 to 7. 18 being at the arrows, 7 being at the break point. A lot of people were throwing urethane straight up the right gutter, and I wanted to stay away from that. I knew transition would hit pretty hard for those playing up the right side, so I wanted to play a wider line that played more towards the middle of the lane. I'm actually very happy I made this choice, and I experienced very little transition. For my second game, I had a 182. Unfortunately, I missed 2 makeable spares that game. For game 3, I stayed consistent with a 186. My 4th and final game of the block started pretty rough. I had a 710 in the second and 4th frame, but after that, I finished well and I had the last 8 strikes in a row that game, for a final score of 232, and a block total of 786. Out of the 1,100 bowlers in my division, this put me in 182nd place. That concludes my recap for day 1 of qualifying. Let's head into day 2. For qualifying day 2, I bowled at Western A. This house definitely has the shortest oil pattern this year. My current guess is the pattern is about 33 feet long. For game 1, I got really lucky and had some nice breaks. I also had a nice split pickup in the 8th frame. I ended up squeezing out a 197 for game 1. Game 2, things took a slight turn. I ended up missing 4 makeable spares in game 2, and 2 of the 4 were single pin spares. This really hurt me that game, and I wasn't striking very much, and I only ended up with a 141. In game 3, I turned things back around. I was making my spares and I strung a couple strikes together. I only had 1 open frame and I ended that game with a 206. Unfortunately, I couldn't keep things that way in game 4. I started off with a split, I had a few marks, and then from the 6th to 9th frame, I had all 4 opens. I missed 2 single pin spares, and I also fouled. I only finished game 4 with a 149, and my block total was 693. This brought my grand total to 1,479, and it brought me down to 339th place. This really didn't put me in a good mindset coming out of this block. Thankfully, I believe this will be my hardest pattern and hopefully my lowest set for the tournament. I have 2 more rounds of qualifying to go, and during the practice sessions, I had a very good line on both of these remaining patterns. So this will conclude episode 1 of my 2021 Junior Gold series. I will upload the next episode after my 4th round of qualifying. And also leave a comment if you are competing in the tournament this year. But yeah guys, that is basically it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And that's it, I'll see you guys in the next one.